Hello, girls and boys. Ready? Let's begin.
I got a lot of stuff going on. You want to hear what's going on with me?
Let's go.
Okay. So, I told him, but I haven't told you guys. I bought a car from the auction.
Really?
Terrible situation I'm in right now, but here, it's funny. So I bought this car from the auction, 13 Malibu. Okay, nice car. Looks pretty nice. Only issue that I saw with it, like on the photos, was just a Benz fender. The fender was kind of messed up, so I was like, okay, that's not a bad deal. Okay, high mileage, but clean title, nothing wrong.
Right.
So, I get this thing, okay? The tow guy brings it to the yard, and you want to know what happened? First off, whoever owned this car before, they took the computer, the engine computer.
Oh, wow.
Do you know what the problem is with that? I can't start it. The keys
Really?
don't work. The keys don't work. They took the computer from it, and get this, they took the catalytics.
Oh, wow.
So now I have these two massive problems right off the gate without even knowing that was the problem.
Right.
So it took me finally 2 weeks to get the keys and computer. I had to order one from this website online, very sketchy, but they came in clutch. They brought a computer. Then I had to call up automotive locksmith, an automotive locksmith.
Right.
They came in, they programmed the key, finally got it started. The engine works, thank God. So that's, the engine's not a problem. But now, gotta get.
Here's the important question.
Yeah.
Did you put the parts in yourself?
Oh, the ECM? Oh yeah, that's easy. That's 3 plugs. Just plug that right in. The thing is, no. But here's the thing. So Malibu, Chevy Malibu, they have this problem with anti-theft. So I put it in the first computer, and I didn't know I had to reprogram the keys. So, I put it in this computer. I waited a week for this computer to come in, and I tried to start it. It won't start. Basically, the computer's telling the immobilizer that, hey, we're not the same.
Right.
The VIN numbers are different. So the car basically thought I stole it. So it didn't want to start. It didn't want to start until I got the keys programmed. So that took another week.
Good job, Chevy.
No. Chevy sucks. Okay, that took way longer than it should have.
Right.
Anyway, but it's a slow process. Hopefully, I can get it done, up and rolling, make a little profit on this thing. So,
So today,
yeah.
we're gonna kind of switch gears from last. We're gonna talk about sales.
Sales. Oh,
Selling.
I like sales.
We're gonna kind of help people understand how important it is to sell.
Oh, it's really.
If you're trying to go on a date, if you're trying to get a job, trying to buy a house, trying to buy a car, if you're
trying to sell a car.
If you are, absolutely, ain't it? And or if you're in an elevator with an important person.
Oh, you get sales pitch.
Yeah, 15, 20 seconds. The elevator's moving.
Yeah.
Can you get one done?
There you go.
And then we're gonna kind of veer off and kind of explain to people what the difference between selling and closing is.
All right.
You got the people that are selling houses, cars every single day, and then you have the people that interrupt you and get the deal signed right in front of your eyes. So I want to kind of help people understand what the difference is.
Okay.
But we're going to kind of start off with you. So
with me?
what exactly have you been doing for the past 6 months with sales and closing and cars?
Okay, here we go. So here's the thing. So for those who don't know, I'm in the automotive sales right now, okay? And basically my job is to sell transmissions, engines, fenders, bumpers, all of this. And here's the thing, sometimes when a person comes in, they don't really know what they need. I get people who walk in sometimes and they're like, hey, I got into an accident, it's front end, I think I need a radiator, and I'm like, do you have a picture of the accident? And they show me what happened. I'm like, yo, you need
a lot more.
You need a few more pieces. And that's what I use for upselling. After a few weeks of working, in sales, you realize that even if a person comes in, and this is a small transaction, it's very mechanical. It's not like I'm selling like $10,000 worth of software here. I'm selling like pieces that usually range between $50 to $500. Sometimes we get transmissions, engines that are a little bit more expensive, but usually it's no more than $250. Okay, that's my average sales point, for a customer. But no, sometimes people walk in and they think they need only this $50 part, and I start talking with them. I start, talking about what the problem is, what they're actually trying to fix. And, I don't feel like a bad person because I'm actually trying to help them out. I'm trying, I'm saying, like, you're going to need this, you're going to need that. And a $50 sale turns into a $250 sale, So it's verbal upselling versus like, traditional, well, not traditional, but like e-commerce. Like e-commerce does the same thing.
I agree with you.
Upsell. I just do it in person, so it's more just like that. And here's the thing, selling, way more, like, it's such an important skill. Honestly, if you ever want to get into a very competitive but lucrative, like, industry, sales. Just just ride it, man. Like you just sell and sell.
So when you got into the industry and you went up to your boss and said, "Hey, I want a job," before you knew he was going to be your boss, what did you tell him? How'd you sell yourself when there's hundreds of people that have a background of automotive industry and all that?
Here's the thing: I never even thought about I was going to be in sales. I honestly, I never thought sales was even going to be a thing I even wanted to do. I'm not very good at sales. I'm going to be honest with you. When I started, I was not good at sales. All right, but what I realized is sales is one of those things where it's more about connection. You connect with people. So the same thing when I started working there. Boss basically needed someone who can connect with customers and get the deal done. That's what it is. So when you go into an interview, it doesn't matter what interview it is. You're going into computer sales, you're going into nursing, whatever it is. Okay, it doesn't really matter. You have to sell yourself. That's the first. That's the first product you're selling. Okay, you have to realize what you're worth and why you're valuable to that company. What your salary is. You have to be able to negotiate. If you can't negotiate for your own product, which is you, then you're not going to be good in sales. So the first product you're going to sell is yourself. So that's the mentality you go into. You go into it knowing that you're going to sell yourself first, and that sounds kind of weird, selling yourself.
Yeah, it does.
But you get the idea. You have to sell you. Okay.
Absolutely.
So,
no, because 2.5 years ago,
Yeah.
when I got the current job I'm at, very, very competitive industry. You get a couple openings, and there's people like hundreds plus people that apply.
Yeah.
So I get to the interview, and it's like in a little conference room. So I go in there thinking it's just a one-on-one. There's 9 people over there. Staring right at you, and
everybody wants that same job.
Everybody, and they just start asking question from one corner. I'm not even done answering. Another question.
Oh wow, you had a different type of interview.
Exactly, and I'm just like, okay, I know what's in store. So my boss, who, at the time, he asked me, he said, "Why should we hire you?" And I looked at everybody. I said, "If I didn't think I could make a difference here, I wouldn't be here."
I like that.
And everyone's just looking at me. And I look right back at him.
Everybody's like, nobody thought about it.
Because no one thinks of an answer like that.
That's a good answer.
People are like, "Oh, well, I'm going to work hard. I'm going to come in on time. I'm going to put in the..." If I don't think I'm going to make a difference, I'm not going to be here.
Yeah.
And that
got you the job.
That got it. And it's saying things that people don't expect you to say. That's one important thing in sales. That's kind of like if you Wolf on Wall Street or whatnot, "Hey, sell me this pen." It's not
a lot of people. They're very literal. They're like, "Okay, I can sell the pen." The pen's
beautiful. The pen writes well. It's gonna last you long. No. The pen is here to solve a problem that you have. Yeah. Okay. So that's kind of important. And so people are just like, "Oh, we're gonna say this, say that." No, you gotta say something that no one else is thinking about.
Exactly.
And that factor of, wait, did you just really say that? Is why it kind of gets people to say, "Hey, you know what? I want him on my team."
You know what a rookie mistake in sales is? Nobody prepares for the sale,
Yeah.
A lot of times, a professional salesperson will take a day, 2 days to really prepare what they're going to say, A person who thinks, "Oh, I'm good at selling," whatever, they'll just pick up the phone and then they'll start calling. And then the first question the customer has, you're like, maybe this, maybe... You're not prepared, And the customer doesn't feel comfortable investing money into a person who doesn't even know whether or not they actually, are selling a good product. You got to know your product really well, and you have to basically answer any concerns a customer might have. So a customer, doesn't know, maybe it's going to be too expensive, maybe not today, whatever. You have to be ready. You have to be ready to answer any issues, Because when you're in a job, for example, when I was, going to get this job, the issue was, can I get, my boss's issue was like, can I get a competent salesperson to sell carports? Honest truth, I don't know, or at least I didn't know anything about cars, But going into that interview, you better bet I learned as much as humanly possible about cars. Okay. So
no, that's how I started off when I had my first job at a fireworks store. But they hired me and said, "Hey, you're gonna stock fireworks here, and you're gonna clean up, and we may need you to check people out." Okay. And then I would start seeing people come in, and I would just like walk them in, and I'd be like, "What exactly are you looking for? What kind of budget do you have?" When was the last time you went to a fireworks store and you had a guy ask you, "Hey, what kind of budget do you have?"
That's expensive. That's a lot of money, man. Those fireworks places.
And I would always make sure, those big kits, like $300, $400, $500 kits. I'm like, "Oh, you have little kids? Hey, they have a bunch of little things there for little kids." Like, "Sure, I'll take 4." And I'm just like walking them out, cart after cart after cart, and the owner was like, "Wow, we didn't do this good last year. I hope you come back next year." It's things like that. That's where I kind of got my experience. Where I would ask people questions, what they needed. If they don't have any kids at the fireworks show, pretty sure they don't want things for little kids. They want bigger things. So understanding your customer. One thing I learned, we probably took the same class in college. in sales, or it was I think marketing, where they're like, hey, you should know your product and service and your customer so well, you should be able to pick them out from a group of people.
Easily,
like,
yeah.
that's my customer I want.
Yeah.
So
It's identifying who's the right prospect for what you're selling. Yep.
So sales and closing.
What was it?
Give
A lot of people get the person on the hook, but they can't they can't finalize it.
Especially when you ask somebody for a lot of money.
Oh yeah, especially that. Yeah.
If you
I've had that happen when I started out. Yeah, someone would come in and they're like, "Yeah, I need this transmission, whatever," and I'm like, "Okay, sir." And this is me like my first like week on the job, and then I look at it and then like the transmission's like $1,500. I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, "Oh, this is a lot of money. You know, how do I sell this?" And then I'm like, "Okay, well, it's $1,500 plus this," and like you can hear my voice because this is my first big sale.
Right.
And the guy's ready. He's ready to buy this thing. He needs it. Okay, it's not like he really has a lot of options. He basically. Like that's all it is. He just needs it, okay? And I'm taking forever to close this deal. You know, that's a problem. And I recognize that really quickly. Like I realized that listen, I gotta as soon as the customer's like, okay, that's it. Finalize the paperwork. You're done. Have a nice day. It's gonna be ready within an hour. Okay, that's it. That's all it is.
Right.
But if you start like if you start second guessing yourself, if you start like talking too much, and that's the problem with sales. If you talk too much after the customer's already done, customers said okay, and you keep on talking, you're just hurting yourself. You're shooting yourself in the foot.
Yeah. Now, once let's say you do your homework, your research, and you do find out like, hey, this is the consumer that I need for my product, you kind of have to figure out what type of customer they are.
Yeah.
If you're selling somebody a $40,000 course that they're going to use in their company that grosses $10-12 million, hey, I need to talk to a numbers guy. I need to tell somebody, hey, you're going to save X amount of dollars by removing X amount of employees by using this program. So you kind of have to learn how to talk to people, and it's based off of what kind of questions you ask them.
Yeah.
You can't ask. You don't every time you sell a tire to everybody. You don't ask them, hey, the same question. It's different.
Well, here's the thing. I've learned that when I'm selling tires, there's kind of like there's three different profiles. Okay, there's a person who just wants the best. He doesn't care what it costs. There's a person who just wants the cheapest. They don't want to spend $1 more. And then there's a person who doesn't know what they want. They don't know what a tire costs.
Exactly.
They have no idea. Okay, so when a person calls me on the phone and I can have a tire that I'm selling for, let's say, $60, I have to sell it for $60. I can't sell it for any cheaper. Right. I'll talk to them the same way just to gauge what they want, but I'll still sell it for $60 regardless of what kind of person it is. So they call me and they're like, hey, I need this size, whatever. I can't find it anywhere. Do you have it? And I'm like, well, I have a few of them in stock. I can only have one in stock. I might have one in stock, but I'll ask them, what are you trying to do? I have a few of them in stock. You're trying to get whatever's the cheapest, trying to get something in the middle. What are you trying to get? And usually how they answer is how I gauge them. And they think, I'm trying to do whatever's best for them. I only have one in stock.
Right.
So they're like, oh, I want the cheapest. I'll be like, okay, the cheapest one I got is gonna be $60. Or sometimes I'll say, oh, it's $70, but I'll drop $10, whatever. And the next person's like, oh, whatever you got, I need this, whatever, give me the nicest one you have. I'm like, okay, I got it, one for $60. It's the same price for all three, but they think I'm working with them, and they appreciate that. Sometimes they walk in, I help them out. I tell them, hey, this is the kind of tire you need. There's different patterns. Put them on the front, put them on the back, whatever. So,
a lot of people think sales is it's an evil profession because you're over here telling people you need this. You think of a grumpy old guy with a big belly, bald head, and glasses,
sales call, the car
calling
salesman.
after calling. Yeah. It's not that. It's understanding your customer and understanding how to communicate with them.
You're bridging that gap because obviously someone's in the market for something, okay, and you're just helping them get what they want. That's all it is, okay. You're the person who actually facilitates that transaction. That's all it is, okay? Because that person, if they want it, they're gonna get it either way. It doesn't matter how they get it. They want it. It's like, for example, if you want a new car, you'll look everywhere to get that car. Okay?
Right.
The car salesman just provides you that transaction for you to actually close it. That's all it is.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So it's okay.
So quick example of sales and closing. So what we in real estate, it's a tough sell sometimes.
Yeah.
Because you're asking somebody to say, hey, you make $2,000, $2,500 in your pocket after taxes every month. We have property X for $1,500, property X for $1,000. So you're telling somebody, hey, at least 30 to 40% of your income after taxes is going to go to this property that we got on the market. Either you're renting, buying, rent to own, or whatnot. So it's a pretty tough sell sometimes. Yeah. So a quick example. The last house that we just put on the market.
I saw the pictures you
I did,
posted,
yeah. We did.
Nice.
We did really well for the condition we got it in. So I had one of our sales reps go in because I was running late
You're
from
still
work.
really professional. Our sales rep. Oh,
Yeah, no,
shit. You're at that level. Okay,
yeah.
okay.
No, she did a really good job. She's been around for a couple of years now.
Okay.
So she used the training that we gave her, and she was over here selling the house. Like, hey, we got brand new electric, brand new this, and the guy's like, okay. And so I get in there, and they're almost done with the walkthrough. They looked at the bedrooms. They're like, okay, this is the perfect size for us. And then I give like a thumbs up or thumbs down in the back. She just smiles at me. So I'm like, okay. So they're walking out, and he's walking and walking. He gets out the front door. He goes down the steps, and he's on the sidewalk. And in my mind, I'm like, she's old, but she didn't close. I said, she's old, but she didn't close. So I told myself, hey, look, buddy, we got 4 more people coming in after you.
You better
How
put it
badly
in
do you
writing.
want? How badly do you want this house?
Yeah.
Well, I have the security deposit in my pocket. I said, I got the pen in my pocket. Let's go. Let's get you in here. If I didn't close, he still had the money in his pocket.
Yeah.
He liked the house. It was just bridging the gap of how badly do you want the house. And we did have actually 6-7 people coming in that day.
Wow.
And he moving in very soon.
Man, listen, in a couple of months when I get into wholesaling, I'm calling you.
Oh,
you're gonna help me with this.
wholesaling's a different beast.
No, I know, but I'm trusting that you're gonna guide me in the right way, because
wholesaling. Wholesaling.
You haven't done wholesaling yet, have you?
No, we have not.
Nah.
It's one of those things where you get into real estate.
Yeah.
You got the person who wants to sell their house, and you got the people that buy your house. You got like the middle salesman. Like, hey, you know what?
The reason I'm interested in wholesaling is because, have you ever heard of the website pedal.com?
Yes.
You have? Okay. So the Malibu, where I got it from, the previous owner or whatever is that company. It's Pedal LLC, whatever. And for those who don't know, basically it's a website that buys your car. If you want to sell your car really quickly, easily, you basically junk it. You go on this website, type in your VIN number, some information, and they just give you an instant offer, right? So, okay, here's the thing. I saw that, and the place I work at, we do that too. I'm actually in charge of all the, procurement of junk cars and stuff.
Right.
Run the advertising, everything. That is good business. Okay, very good business.
Really?
Yeah, but nobody. Okay, so a lot of people spend a lot of money on advertising. Like, hey, we'll buy your junk car, or whatever, right?
Right.
Online, there's only maybe like 3 or 4 companies that are dominating, just dominating search, dominating Google, like Facebook ads. There's like 4 of them. Okay, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do that. That's how I got my website, right? So I told you what my idea was for my website originally, right?
Right.
Okay, I'm still doing that, but I'm now using that domain name for this, basically just buying junk cars, right? And just like getting all these leads, because man, leads in the junk car industry are so pricey. One keyword, like for example, junk my car, whatever, that's like $7 a click. Okay, that is expensive. That is an expensive budget. Okay, so companies with let's say, I'm not gonna say a lot of names here, but with big budgets, they just dominate it. So you go online, and the first 3 or 4 links are these big companies. Their budgets are in the millions. Okay, a month, millions of dollars a month for Google Ads. That is ridiculous. But none of them are doing SEO. So this is a small little opportunity, and that's what I'm working on right now. But that's the same thing as wholesaling. It's all about leads. You get the leads in, and then you just facilitate that transaction.
Right.
So I just want to start with this and kind of go into wholesaling. I just feel like cars is more what I'm comfortable with. But I'm gonna be there in a couple of months wholesaling. Watch me do it.
It's just right now what we're doing on our end. We're just finding a list of buyers in the area.
How do you do that anyway? Find a list.
Sometimes we just drive around and we see, hey, we buy houses.
Okay. You don't do that like what is it? You go on the lake. What is that? Tax assessor, whatever website, and just go through that.
It's kind of competitive.
Yeah.
But
you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Where they look
like
at
tax sales,
yeah.
Some people buy it like that, but the most easiest way we're finding is finding bandit signs all around.
Oh, so you just drive around.
That people say, hey, we buy houses.
Okay.
Then we call them up and we're trying to figure out what kind of properties they buy.
Okay.
There may be somebody that loves multi-family units. There might be someone who just loves studios or one-bed houses, whatnot.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. You're talking about investors, right?
Yeah, people.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the actual house, like if the person wants to sell it.
We do, but it's one of those type of things.
That's actually more interesting. So
Right.
wait, how do you find these people, the investors?
So investors, a lot of people, when you go around, you'll see people that have signs like "We buy houses for cash" or "Sell your house."
Okay.
So
So you call them up?
we call them up and we kind of have a profile. So we're like, okay, so person so and so, he likes to buy multifamily units in this area. He likes the price range between $50,000 and $100,000. And this way, when we do drive around, we see somebody who says,
Yeah.
"Hey, we want to sell our house." We know who to call up.
So what do? They also wholesale it, or do they just
So they're
they
like
keep it? Or
so they're like kind of like end investors. They may keep it.
okay.
They may rehab it and flip it.
Oh, okay.
They may rent it.
So they're just like the bigger guys. They actually decide what.
So
they
they're kind of
want
like
to
the
do.
cash buyers.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
they're like
okay.
the cash buyers. And this way, there's always going to be someone who's selling their house. Or,
Right. Yeah.
You know, someone who doesn't want to deal with the problem.
I don't want to interrupt you, but do
Huh.
you think there's a bubble coming with? Did you hear the moratorium for the rentals?
Tenants, yeah.
Yeah, that's ending.
It is.
So what do you think's happening?
The bubble.
Yeah.
There's
You
going to
think
be a bubble. I mean,
houses for sale?
yeah.
Prices
I think
going
so.
down or up? What do you think?
I think it's still a little bit more in terms of going up. Prices
yeah,
will be
you think
going up
so?
a little bit.
I'm gonna go the opposite. I think by the
Yeah.
end of this year, December, January,
Yeah, give it about
plummet. I think houses are gonna plummet in price.
about 6 or 7 months. We do. I think the prices are gonna go down.
Yeah.
But for right now, we're in the green. We're bullish.
Oh yeah.
We are bullish.
Shit. Okay.
Unlike the stock market, which is all over the place every day.
So I have like 2 accounts stock wise. I have my serious adult stock account,
Uh-huh.
and then I have my YOLO I don't give a shit account. Okay.
Uh-huh.
I'm so stupid. Last week I put like I don't remember maybe $1,000 into like one of these like not penny stocks but just one of these like very new IPOs, very new, maybe like 3 months old.
Mm.
And this thing is bouncing all over the place.
Yep.
All over. One day I'm up 10%. One day I'm down 15%. I'm just having a heart attack every day. So
Yep.
I don't
That's how
want
it
to.
is.
Yeah. The thing is, it's like it's a YOLO account, so I'm okay with it. But man, it is bouncing. This thing, just yeah. I'm not like honestly when I was first starting out in stocks.
Mhm.
That would kill me. Like me seeing like a stock go down 15%, I would have a heart attack.
Yeah.
That would be like, oh my god, I just wasted so much money. But now it's like, I'm kind of callous to
natural.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I'm like, yeah, that's normal.
Maybe buy some more.
Normal day. Yeah, normal day in
Buy
the
some
stock
more.
market. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the stock market. I feel like right now it's a combination of holding some things long term
Yeah.
and then playing around with something short term. But we're gonna switch over from stocks to NFTs.
Oh boy.
I don't know if a lot of people know what NFTs are.
Boy, you can fill them in. What's an NFT?
The NFT is a non-fungible token.
Okay, what is that?
So it's kind of like digital art,
Mm.
if you will, and it's kind of
It's unique. It's unique blockchain. It's just one of a
Mhm.
kind.
Yep.
Okay.
and people are buying, selling, trading. So it's kind of like in its infancy. It's kind of like cryptocurrency in its infancy,
Yeah.
but not a lot of people are.
People are trading on like collectibles, so like
Yeah.
art and stuff. So like,
Mhm.
if you go into like an auction house, let's say in New York, really fancy stuff, you can buy one of a kind, art from like let's say Bansky or who is it? I forgot the artist, but yeah, it's it's really prestigious. Same thing online. They're that you got these artists selling their stuff for so much money. I heard what is it, Jake Paul? He bought an NFT for $600,000. That is insane. This thing is digital. $600,000 is. Do you understand how much money that is for a digital piece of art?
Yeah.
It's not a thing. You can't do anything with it. You can't
do
hold it. It's just
anything with it.
man. That's where it's going though. That's where everything's going. Yeah.
It's one of those things that a lot of people don't know about,
No.
and if I was a lot of people, I'd probably start doing some homework on it because it could end up being a moneymaker.
No, people are starting to incorporate NFTs into all kinds of things. There's auction houses online just for NFTs, and there's games now, like video games, like think
Right.
GTA,
Uh-huh.
that now have NFTs inside of them. So basically,
Wow.
you take real world currency,
Right.
you buy their currency,
Uh-huh.
just so you can buy this NFT, which is one of a kind. It's yours in the game, and then you can sell it to someone in the game, and then cash out in real world money.
And it's not real. You can't hold it.
You can't hold
It's
it.
inside
No,
of a
but
video game.
that is insane to me. Like the
Right.
idea of you can do that. That is insane.
You know, the world is changing.
Oh, did I tell you I'm actually working? This is a side project,
Uh-huh.
but I'm working on a game.
Are we gonna get a sneak peek soon?
Not very soon.
Nah.
I used to make games a long
Uh-huh.
time ago. A little bit rusty. I'm not a great
Right.
developer or anything, but I'm working on something. I'm working a little bit this,
Yeah.
a little bit. So, but no, but I actually am, and honestly, the only thing that's really killing me is multiplayer. Oh, it's so difficult. That is beyond me. So I'm just doing
Right.
a lot of googling right now. A lot of googling. Yeah.
That sounds hard. That sounds really hard.
Are you working on any side projects? I know you have a lot going on. Any
Oh.
side projects?
Mm-hmm.
No, yeah, you're very
Nothing.
you're
I know,
very
I'm so
one directed.
focused, I know.
Yeah. That's the thing I can't do. I gotta have 3 or 4 things going on, and I gotta be chaotic. That's just the way I operate.
Yeah.
That's it is what it is.
It's it gets hectic. And then you start forgetting things like, oh, well, I have to do this.
Oh,
I have to
yeah,
do
yeah.
that. It's ridiculous, but it's discipline. You know, if you're disciplined,
Yeah.
you'll
No, like this
Yeah.
week, I got my like work stuff,
Mhm.
and then like the guy calls me for the Malibu. He's like, "Hey, I'm doing the keys." I'm like, "What? That's today?" I was like, "I forgot about that. Yeah, I forgot I own that car." Yeah. let me-
Yeah, especially if you have a job and you're doing extra stuff on the side.
Yeah,
It's like, oh, I have to go to work today. Uh-oh.
Yeah. So I'm just hoping
Exactly,
eventually
yeah.
within the next couple of months we just transition into like main stuff. You know. Yeah.
But
Get into-
I think the viewers do want to get a little sneak peek at the game, though.
You will. Everybody will. I'm actually optimistic. I think within the next podcast, by the next podcast,
Oh, really? Okay.
I think I'm gonna have a sneak peek. You know, a little prototype, just a little bit.
Okay.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Okay, what time is it? Well, we've been talking for a while. You have any
know,
notes?
it's,
Any ending thoughts?
Take what we give you and run with it. We're
Alright,
not.
so yeah, sales, closing.
Closing.
Gotta be able
Gotta-
to sell
gotta learn.
yourself.
You got that? You see that cue at the coffee shop? Don't go sell yourself. Go close and go get that date. Be like,
Yeah.
hey, go get that date.
Yeah.
And NFT. See, we should do some more research.
Yeah, NFTs, big stuff coming. Yep.
We'll probably discuss more about it
Mhm.
on the next podcast.
I might buy an NFT.
I'm thinking about it. There's some
There's some good stuff.
really cool stuff out there,
Yeah.
and it's all brand new, so it's
Mhm.
in its infancy stages, which is awesome.
You want to link your bios, your socials?
Yeah.
We're gonna fill that up on the
Well,
screen right now. Just
Put all of our goodies on there,
Oh,
so you
yeah,
guys
yeah.
can get your money right.
there
Get
you
it right.
go. There you go. And make sure to subscribe and like, guys. Do not watch this and not
Exactly.
subscribe and like. Come on.
Yeah, because it's a lot of cool stuff.
Absolutely.
We're just scratching the surface right now.
There we go.
We're just scratching the surface.
All right, guys. I think that's it for this episode. I'll see you guys
See you
next time.
Next time?
Next
Next
time.
time.
All right, guys.
Take care.